The insanity of youth sports has reached an uncomfortable position, and it's time for adults to take youth sports back for children. My name is Walter Beede, and today's baseball blue book bullet point is going to be about travel sports and are they necessary for young student athletes? I get this question all the time, and I get it. In some communities, the Little League programs or the rec programs are underfunded. They don't have the right facilities, and most importantly, they don't have the numbers or the coaches to help youngsters become better. But the number one thing that hasn't changed is the ability to do things as a parent, as a sibling, as a neighbor or a friend with skill set development, playing things like wiffle ball, playing things like stickball, throwing balls against the wall, playing catch in the backyard with your child, playing catch with siblings in the backyard. Anything that helps your child develop eye-hand coordination and the ability to develop a passion for the sport. You know, every single time that Dave and myself, speak to college coaches, the number one thing that they respond to us, number one, can't play baseball 12 months a year. Now, in every single time I ever say that, there's always responses that say, well, the people in Latin countries play every day. They focus on baseball. No, they don't. If I take a hard look, and my youngest son, played in Japan last year. Let's look at the World Baseball Championship that's held every 4 years. Who's won that the last 2 years? Answer, Japan. If we take a look at Major League Baseball, who are the rising stars? Look at the Chicago Cubs, look at the LA Dodgers, a lot of Asian players, a lot of Latin players. What do they all have in common? They don't have travel baseball at 8 years old. They don't have competitive competitions, for 4, 5, 8 games on a weekend. These things are killing the love and the passion for the sport of baseball, killing it. Children get burnt out. That's a fact. Injuries at a rising rapid pace. That's a fact. The things that we need to make sure that we're doing is allowing children to learn at their own pace. How intimidating is it for an 8-year-old to listen to adults argue from one dugout to the next, yelling between benches, yelling at umpires, yelling at other parents, parents yelling at coaches? Does that sound fun to you? No. We need to eliminate 12 months a year. We need to allow for multiple hobbies, multiple interests. You're not going to be a professional athlete at 15, at least within the sport of baseball. The things that we need to do and be more aware of is we're putting too much pressure to succeed. The weight of expectation begins to weigh on children as 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds, 10-year-olds. Our parents won't love us if we don't get a hit today, if we're not successful. If I make an error, I'm letting somebody down. While they are a part of the sport of baseball, they need to be, it's a learned inherent skill on how to allow to learn from failure and not to be brought down from failure. I think parents need to really take a step back, listen to what the college coaches, the professional coaches, the professional players, those people that are paid at the game's highest level, what are they saying to us? The Major League Players Association has looked and taken a deep dive into the youth baseball experience, and they are disgusted by it, absolutely disgusted by it. The fact that we haven't created multiple revenue streams that pick the pockets of parents because they fear their child will be left behind. They fear their child will not be competitive enough. That their child will not be able to compete skill-wise by the time they get to high school. This is simply not true. Different phases, different ages, different stages of learning occur for all children. Allow it to happen. Hit the subscribe button. Join the cause. Be a part of the movement to bring back youth, to bring back childhood to children. We as adults should not have a hedge fund, a private equity company, these billion-dollar corporations trying to tell you as a parent that you need us. You need rankings. You need subscriptions to find out who the best teams are at the 10U and 11U division. You don't need former college players trying to tell you how to hit at 10 years old. You know what makes a good hitter? Repetitions. You know what makes a good fielder? Repetition. You know what makes good pitchers? Good throwers. Throw more, pitch less. Play catch more. Don't worry about trying to be an elite pitcher at 10, 11, and 12. It won't matter for your high school or college experience. Hit the subscribe button. Jump on board. Make sure you comment. Good, bad, or indifferent. Leave a comment. I will respond.